Hey there, everyone. This is RCK back with our next Omni game. Of course, we have going on here the Fallen Empires working on turn 67 and 68, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go ahead and see here. We have, of course, a lot of battles. More than likely, a lot more attacking in these days than before. Usually, we saw in attacking more, but now the terms have switched. We have Archocephali and Satis, couple raids back and forth. We have a battle in Man. Now this is going to be a fort battle. And you can already tell that Man did lose, taking them out of the game here, taking both of their last two provinces. So that's very unfortunate. But I do feel that he put up a good fight and stayed in the game a lot longer than I expected him to. Two independent attacks here, one on Abysia, the other one on End, and was able to reflect that. Due to the horse tribes, arrows into the barbarians. So let's go ahead and look at a few of these raids here. We have one of these summon birds that End has, a pretty neat little guy here with the fire shield, lots of attacks. Decent resistances. He's flying, so of course he's able to go pretty far away. Really high patrol bonus for his blood hunting. Good siege bonus there. Also has all 5. Of course, doesn't really matter for the undead side of things, but a pretty cool unit otherwise. Definitely that fire shield helping him out, take out those few units. Of course, Oz going to help with the militias and long blows. Next, we see 61 troops here raiding End 1 PD. Still being able to do a good bit of damage due to the fact of his 1 PD will always have holy 2s in them. Next here we see another 14 kills there of Long Dead. A group of 60 coming in. Just assortment of Long Dead, Undead, Legionaries, Velites, Charius, Principes, Legionnaires, and whatnot. Just what's been made in the province and moved out to raid. Just like this group now, but this group's a little different. You do see a little bit more going on. We see a cannibal warlord here, more than likely trying to raise some troops. We do see this is two separate groups. More than likely, we'll see them split this turn and go two separate ways raiding. You see, it looks like Archocephali is taking a fort. See a white mage here. Let's check this white mage out. Find in a cave. We have the Wave Breaker. Friendly currents, water breathing. Number attacks. Does have a lot of attacks here. Decent weapon. Very high. Pierce magical damage. Very good. A horror helmet. Now this is a two-handed. Yes, this is a two-handed weapon. Okay. Armor of Knights. Boots of Quickness to give them quickness. Burning Pearl for the attack skill bonus. And a water or living water. Pretty good mage paths here on this unit. I do feel very high fear. So pretty cool overall. Some earth power, probably iron skin stuff. Yeah, just your normal little thug script here. Could have done a couple more things. I feel. 31 protection is pretty good. Maybe the only thing that would have been able to deal damage to him is this giant right here, the Hillbred Giant, but doesn't look like he really dealt much damage at all. Yeah, I'm taking out there. Okay. Nice little battle. So here we have a huge loss here from Abysia. Well, it looks like a lot of Hellspawn. Lots and lots of mages here. Not all, but a good amount, honestly, because these are 2 turns to recruit. He did lose one of them. Overall, I feel like these guys are fairly... Well, no, these are one of the cheaper ones for him. He lost his experiment here, which is a hero for him. Losing 3 Jade Sources, a Revenant. So this is cross... These are other paths that you normally wouldn't have. These are alright. They're not too expensive as far as the expensive mages go. No, these are not the mage ones. And then really, honestly, not really killing a whole lot here. Taking out a Adept of the Golden Order. No real mages otherwise. The Giant Sorcerer here. Let's go ahead and watch this battle. Let's see what goes wrong. Let's go ahead and kind of analyze it, see what we got going. So we see Valfor Flames here on this fort already. Looks like a busiest fort, so he must have broke siege or was patrolling. Lots of living waters here and there. These Hellspawn aren't too bad, honestly. Flying, protection 18 units. They do have poison resistance. They have a lance. Couple cubes there. These Hellspawn are kind of interesting too with their fire flare. You see some diseases here and there. Very interesting. What do you have? Venomous Fangs. Okay. So he does end up losing this fella. Good amount of items on him. It's unfortunate. Good pass for him as well. Very small chance you'll get a Earth 2. Don't necessarily remember the percentage chance on these guys randoming things, but of course we can check later. But I think it's a lower chance to actually get an Earth 2. Maybe like 25%, but they are 2 turns of recruit, so you have to keep that in mind. Let me check the other side real fast. Archers, hoplites in the middle, water bottles. Not sure what these mages are doing. You're doing something with Earth for sure. Okay, so what could this be? Could this be Stygian Rain? Maybe, maybe not. Or maybe Rip of Winter. I don't know. Shit. I don't know. He does lose this. I want to see exactly what this mage here casts, because I'm very curious. Oh, hold on. Okay, no, that white mage isn't as important. Can't expire. Lots of Creeping Doom. Oh, Rain. I expected something else. I mean, Rain is definitely going to hurt him. Because every fire spell they cast now is going to take so much more fatigue. Don't think Rain did anything with that. As far as the bugs go, the fire flares is definitely doing a good hurting on them. But at this point, there's so many, you're not able to get to the things you really want to be hitting with fire flare. Rain was cast. Legion of Steel Weapons of Sharpness. Oh, I'll do some work. Living Earth, getting a lot of chaff out there. Weapons of Steel, Strike Giants. Storm of Thorns, Quagmire. Oh yeah. These guys already have pretty high fatigue anyway, as far as their encumbrance goes. Yeah, they're at 8 already, so taking the swamp penalty, it's pretty high. I assume that these mages back here, yeah, like this fella here, he's fatigued out. Even being a Fire 5, casting a Fire 3 spell. 185, yeah. They're fatigued. He's fatigued. He's not fatigued yet. Yikes. What's currently up is Quagmire, Heat from Hell. Throw for Flames, of course that's on the fort. Relief, Natural Rain, or just rain. Howl has also been put up by Jade Sorceress. Lots of Raised Dead. More skeletons. Bone Melter, Syllable of Death, Charm Animal, Blade Wind. Of course, Machaka is definitely winning here on the chaff side of things. Busy is not able to kill them fast enough. Honestly, the Heat from Hell isn't doing a whole lot. I mean, yeah, some of the mages are fatigued out, but I mean, they've been casting a lot, honestly enough. Has Phoenix Fire on him? Yeah, he does. Okay. Grip of Winter has been cast by the mage. Pretty late cast into this. But honestly, I do feel that at this point, it's already lost for Dizia. The Grip of Winter is a little late on that part to really take advantage of much. Also, Heat from Hell and Grip of Winter, if they're both up at the same time, I'm pretty sure they cancel each other out. I'm like 75% sure they cancel each other out. All of his mages back here are fatigued out anyway. Oh, these guys are real fatigued. These guys, they're more than likely going to die from their fatigue. But yeah, I mean, basically at this point, this is all that Busy really has left right here. This is what's holding them back from tearing through these mages back here. There's just been so much chaff made at this point. It's really Machaca's win for sure on this one. We see our Thug going down here. It's currently... Is it paralyzed? What's wrong with it? It's berserking. Oh, weird. Oh no, it just looks different. Might be paralyzed. Just gonna put this on fast forward. We don't need to watch too much more, but we do like to see big battles. So a lot of those big mages are actually getting away. The communion slaves are probably more than likely fatigued out or just not leaving. Or not routing yet because they're fatigued. And that's it. That's all she wrote for that one. Overall, I mean, I guess you could say that Abizia didn't necessarily lose too much. Yes, they lost some special things that might have been summoned or made in special provinces. These can be made anywhere. These can be made anywhere. This is capped, but he only lost one. I mean, lost a lot of his... the special spell he gets where he crossbreeds in blood. Blood level 3. I mean, he lost a lot of his chaff, pretty much. I mean, killing Vine Ogres, Hoplites. I mean, Hoplites are kind of expensive, but not really much otherwise. Golden Order, Giant Sorcerer. That's really it. So, take it as you will. We see a rating for us from Satis. Good to see him still rating. Looks like Arcosavali. Maybe he was... I feel like this was a patrol here. Possibly. You see, this is the attack on man. This is a battle of man. So this was what he had left inside of his fort. Obviously not much at all. Of course, we'll watch the battle just to see what it has here. Just lots and lots of troops. Green Knight. Okay, so he's doing a little bit of assassinations here with the Black Heart. Very interesting. course, these guys will do very, very well. Oh, we see a Staff of Elemental Mastery and a Communion Matrix doing air stuff. Cool. Of course, he'll do really well in Assassination, being a Death 3. I'll pause. A lot of stuff going on right now. So being a Death 3, of course, Horde of Skeletons is going to more than likely. Horde of Skeleton spam is going to kill most things. So we have Darkness being cast. Now I believe these guys do have Dark Vision 50. So they'll get half penalty compared to everything else that doesn't have anything at all. On top of that, we do see Will of Fates being cast. Will of Fates will give everyone on the battlefield luck. Very, very good spell. What else do we have special here? Communion Master, Astral 1, Blood 1. A Nature Caster. One or two. I have to check the randoms on these. Oh, we see a Crown of the Magi to have fast casting. Okay, so he's going to be casting at 30% faster. To get something off just a little bit sooner than everyone else would be. I assume he is the Darkness Caster. Check. Yes, he is the Darkness Caster, so you want to get that off really, really fast. Pretty nice. Not much, of course, left here. I'm just throwing gems on stuff. Fire Snakes are going in. Air Shield is now up. Round Army has been cast, so everything has more shock, or has shock resistance. Howl has been cast. Okay, so End and Man have both cast Howl. Will of Fates that's been cast now. That's what you're seeing the sparkles from, or them all turning green. They are all lucky. We see Mass Flight being cast. That's a big one as well. Trying to catch any other big spells just to kind of see what End has. I'm about to see them take this. Legions of Steel, Sleep Cloud. And there we go. And that's going to be it for Man. He put up a good fight, of course. It's just a matter of time before all these guys get taken out. No losses. Very, very nice on his part. End taking that other province from Man. Knocking him out this turn. Oof. We see a big battle here. And we'll watch it first. I try not to take too much of a glance at it. I should have clicked off a little bit faster. So, we see this is basically Satis's last final throw here. This is all that he has left. Massive amounts of elite warriors. We see some Sobek warriors in there. There's a high priest there, one of what he said was. But line and line and line of elite warriors. So many elite warriors. That's what I'm talking about. Followed by lines of his more elite Sobek guard. Mixed in with elite warriors. His huge mage corps he has brought here. I'm sure this is everything he has. I doubt he even has a researcher researching at this point. There are so many holy threes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So many white mages, Zoromancers. No, those are Marchmasters. Fire snakes. We have a lot of fire snakes. No, these aren't. These are the sacred servants. I've been looking at the fire snakes for the last turn or two. So, say we have the sacred serpents here. So, some big battles this turn, guys. Probably be a long episode. Oh, we have another. I do enjoy how nicely both of these armies are scripted out in their formations. They look so wonderful to have. Just having a quick look here. I mean, this is a lot of clicking, a lot of setting up, and this is just as much. These are very nicely made little formations. So in the first, we have a long line of hoplites in the front, followed by 3 squares of mostly heart champions, followed by some hoplites. Next, we have 3 much larger squares of normal hoplites here, followed with all of his mages, the mystics. What is the name of other ones? Astro. I can't even say that. Astrologer. Lots and lots of mystics. Followed by a line of hoplites in the far back. Between them and the squares, we have more mages. We have a golem here. We have a couple of commanders here and there. We have some whites and some. Is that white? Yeah, these are whites. And we have a Bane as the leader, I assume. We have nature casters holding a tree lord staff. Nice. There's a police car going by. So let's go ahead and watch this really nice battle we're gonna have play out. I'll try to cover some of the magic. We'll have it zoomed out a little bit more. In the last episode, we kind of knew everything. We knew who's gonna lose, and I didn't really care too much about watching the battle. I cared more about. It's pretty fast. So we see a lot of magic duel being cast, lots of communion slaves being cast, hordes of skeletons. Hold on, we got slow. So much magic duel. So this is magic duel. Serpent's Blessing being cast, and I believe this is by Arcocephali. Anti-magic. Mass protection. Curse of Stones, I do like seeing that. Firefiend, that's a good one. We have Rain Up by the Marshmaster on Satissa's side. Light of the Northern Star. Can't tell, but I think that Satis is going to be casting that. Everyone's on hold and attack, it would seem. Lots and lots of magic duel. Does look like Satis will also be casting Rigor Mortis. I feel like that's going to play a big part in this. God, people are still preparing to cast magic duel. So I think they finally got off Light of the Northern Star. Lots of Horde of Skeletons being prepared to cast as well. Still Communion Masters being cast off. I assume these are magic duels that have already happened. Now they're casting Communion Masters. Oh, goodness. See, some stuff is getting interrupted here. Don't remember who was casting. He was casting something important. Maybe Light of the Northern Star. Do not remember. I can't remember. He's getting interrupted. Could be to the magic duel. We do see a lot of people disappearing. This is a lot of magic duels from Arco. Keep in mind, a lot of his guys are starting off at Magic 2. It looks like almost all of his Magic 2s are, or Astral 2s are doing Magic Duel. And I mean, all of Satis's are Astral 1, so there's a good chance that the Astral 2 is going to beat the Astral 1. I had something on for the percentages of each level beating the other level, but I do not know where that is, so I will not talk about that right now. Or I would tell you a percentage, but of course we do know, and obviously an Astral 2 is going to have a better chance of beating an Astral 1. You see these lines starting to finally move towards each other. We have the slingers on the wall, the cold bolts coming over, the fire resistances being cast, raised deads, iron skins, slave mind. We have relief up from a Marshmaster. The golem back here is cast Light of the Northern Star. Rain of Stones has been cast by, and that's by Arcocephali. Ooh, Firestorm. This is when things go downhill for Satis. I definitely feel like it. This is when things go bad. Lots of stuff getting interrupted. I probably didn't explain why I said Rain of Stones. I was like, oh, Rain of Stones. But you have to think all of these elite warriors do not have helmets. There's a high chance that they're going to be hit with this blunt damage. So keep that in mind. Quagmire has been cast. So Quagmire is a good one to cast against Arcocephali, of course. Firestorm is going to be stronger here in a minute. Unfortunately, due to the fact of him actually fighting in a fort, he's going to be bottlenecked on how much can actually come in. Now, if he was fighting on the field, I feel like Satis would have had a better chance. He would have more than likely done more damage here, but so few troops are actually going to be able to fight from him. I mean, otherwise they would be completely surrounded. There's even a chance that these guys would have, because I mean there was multiple lines going straight across all here. They could have even made it back to some of these commanders and mages, honestly. But we were just getting funneled through this wall here. Is very, very unfortunate for Satis. Frostfit. Gifts from heaven. That's where shit gets good. Who cast darkness? A Marshmaster did. So we have Firestorm up. This is really, really going to tear through Satis. Their chaff isn't going to mean anything. Them being stopped here at the wall. Arcocephali's troops having fire resistance. His regular troops do too, yeah. At least having some. Satis not having any. They do have mass regen up though, from what I can tell. So that is good. That's going to help them some. It's not going to be great, but it's going to help. So that's very nice to see. Okay, so I want to see the rocks come down. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that hurts. Howl has been cast. Lots of stuff getting interrupted. Gifts of Heaven being cast again. And honestly, I mean, you're going up against 18 protection, hoplite, formation fire. This is just his chaff unit here is just much better than your own chaff unit here at this point. So it's getting really dangerous for you. You're fighting very few units here. Or you're able to actually fight very few here. Since you're bottlenecked in. Like I said, I think Satis would have done much better if he wasn't as bottlenecked as he is. But there's no way he's getting through all this with Firestorm and everything else up. I mean, yeah, sure, their attack skill and defense skill is 6 and 3, but Elite Warriors are 5 and 2 because they don't have Spirit Sight, they don't have Dark Vision, so they're just as hurt. They have less protection. They have less resistances on them. It's a bad day. Alright, let's go ahead and put this on fast forward. And this is going to be a long one. This is a lot of stuff to whittle through. They're still casting. Looks like Marshmasters and things like that are running away at this point or are dead. So that is unfortunate for him. There's a lot of things going. Growing Fury has been cast, keeping those guys in the fight. Yeah, we see some H3s coming in because they berserk. Very nice, very nice. So this is going to keep his guys here, but it's not going to be long until they're all gone. Like I said, I feel like we're still seeing about the same amount, and these guys are just getting chewed through slowly but surely. Yes, I mean, yeah, there's guys who take their place, but honestly, I would even say Arcocephali's pushing them back, which is very interesting to see. Pull from the grave. Yeah, Gifts from Heaven. It's like Gifts from Heaven is never hitting. Everything else, Pull from the Grave, is hitting so much. Or it's never missing, my bad. Yeah, they're definitely getting pushed back out of this fort here. And honestly, I mean, look, this is like double just a minute ago. They're whittling down really quickly now. Getting pushed back into the wall, outside the wall. Like, really can't stop that. He put up a good fight. I feel like Growing Fury was the correct play there. Risky when your mage can go in. White mage there. But if not, he would have routed a long time ago. And honestly, I mean, this was probably his last. I mean, this was his last stand. This is all he had. He wanted to take some stuff back, at least try to do some damage. I get that. And if he would have stayed in this fort, it would have been probably even worse. Honestly, if Arcocephali had to come to him. But yeah, good battle. Good battle. We'll see the casualties. Sure, some friendly fire was definitely dealt there. So, losing 42 shamans is a pretty big deal. 12 lizard kings is a pretty big deal. 6 white mages is a pretty big deal. 469 elite warriors, devastating. Oof. Honestly, Arcocephali lost a lot too. This was not as one-sided as I thought here. In total, losing around 42 mages as well. Oof. That's not a place you want to be. Yes, they dealt a lot of damage, but they also lost a lot. Not the cheapest around. Titan of Growth did some work. Not really too many losses on the hoplite area, so we have a lot of troops left, but big losses on the Mystic part. Still pretty devastating on both sides. Of course, one more than other. Didn't expect that many losses on Mystics. This is what the map looks like. And now controls 2 extra capitals. Now, Ashdod and Man, which is very nice for him. We have Ermor, of course, pressuring in out because they're in this kind of lock here with this war. Neither one of them is going to give up on it. Did I get it? No. We had this pretty devastating loss here. Well, not too devastating, but whenever he storms this fort, it's going to be devastating. Because all of those mages are going to be inside of this fort. Yeah. All of Abysse's mages are in here that he had, so he's going to be losing all these whenever they do storm. So that's going to be really unfortunate for him, a little bit more devastating than before. Demi-Lich. So it looks like Abyssea took a Demi-Lich, yeah. Well, this is just Chaff that is patrolling. Chaff patrolling. Not really a whole lot left, honestly. Very interesting. He's still on this fort here, but honestly, that was his last kind of push. That was everything. All of his mages he really had. So we won't. We'll see Sotis fall shortly. Let's turn 67. Definitely a long turn. Lots of talk about. More than likely 68 will not be as much. At least he's stopped a few of these forts here. Tried to slow them down, do a little bit of damage. Somebody needs to take this from Sotis for sure. 67. So we'll head over to turn 68. What's my time at? Whew, 34 minutes already. I'll try to hurry up on this. 68. There we go. Message right from in. Oof. I saw two big fights on turn 67. The turn I'm writing this. Machaka, Abizia, Arco, Satis. Of course, those are ones we watched last turn. Really big ones. I was hoping Abizia and Satis would be able to put out more of a protracted defense, but to my disparity in tech is just too wide at this point. Very true. I'm attempting to put up Eternal Pyre next again after Arco, I assume, dispelled it last turn, and I'm positioning forces to try to vulture Satis and or Abizia, given Machaka is one throne from victory. Oh, we did not notice that. We need to go check the thrones. I have reached out to Arco to alert him to the danger. I think the last throne will be a sticking point for Machaka, though. Speaking of which, I need a fort on 144. I didn't want to fort it while Ermor had the capability to one-turn crack it. But with Purgatory up, and with Machaka so close to winning, it's time to fort it. Just waiting until I have some Earth Gems again. Let's look. Thrones of Ascension. 11 points are needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's under the assumption that Machaka will take both of these thrones that Abizia has left. Let's take a look. One is located here, and the other is located here. So definitely he's going to be controlling that one. That one, Woodley wouldn't say that he is going to take it just because of how close Indy is, and Indy already is dissolving his nap, or attempting to. Trying to vulture, of course. So there's no guarantee he's going to take that and be that close to winning. So if he did just so happen to take that one and have his other forts, what would be the next possible throne he would take to win? Maybe it'll be a tough one. Maybe Magic Phase here. Magic Phase in the 39. There's no fort on it. Could be. Could be a option there. Other than that, everything else has a fort except for 144, which I feel like would be defended a little bit more heavily. Be a little bit tougher to take. But yeah, there's two unforted thrones here. But I mean, he's not as close as. There's still a lot of turns left. There's still a lot of turns to actually get moved all the way down here. 4 provinces and crack it, storm it, claim it. So still a lot left. Of course, N is going to probably be pressuring these forts as well, more than likely taking that throne from Abizia if Abizia is really falling, as such they say. So globals, let's take a look at the globals. Eyes of God have been cast by End. Riches of Beneath by Arco. Mother Oak by Arco. Purgatory by End. Eternal Pyre by End. Okay. Let's see the research. Wow, so Machaka is really up there in research. Surprised they're so far ahead of Arco Cephali. I expect Arco Cephali be up there longer, or since he had a lead for so long during this game. I felt he was going to carry that lead throughout the entirety of the game. We have N trying to catch up, and with Abizia and Satis neck and neck down here, they were just way too low in research to really compete at this point in the game. Going to the end of mid, well, honestly, we're probably in the late game now. Well, no, you can. I guess you can. It's hard to determine where mid game ends and late game begins. I mean, we're around turn 70 almost, so I'd say it's more of a late game. It's definitely your magic and your croft pass at this point, not necessarily your troops. That being said, as we can tell, Arcosafali is stomping Satis. Machaka is steadily winning, did take some losses, but is still beating Abizia in the long run. Of course, End is going back and forth, but he has taken out Man at this point, while also fighting Ermor. So we do see our top 3 contenders for the most research winning in all their wars. So keep that in mind. See some of these battles here. Lots of raids. We have Arcosafali raiding Satis. A Green Knight taking on Ermor in 1. But nice to kill these priests because he actually spent money on these. Malika raiding Satis land. 1. Ooh, losing 2 Hashmos here. He did not expect the lictors, I assume. Yeah, because they have 0 protection. The lictors having the magic weapons, they're just going to eat through this protection. The Vine Shield. Yeah, Vine Shields are good, but they're not good against units that have high strength like lictors. He expected more just Chaffa here. And losing 2 lifelong protections is very unfortunate. That is 8 slaves. He did not expect the small group of lictors, which was a very nice play by Ermor. So we're going to run up to him. After they get done with everything else, they do have magic. Hold on, they do have. This one didn't get blessed. Come on, somebody should have got blessed. What the heck? They might get blessed now. Yeah, they did have magic weapons. And of course, you see they already disappeared on our fast forward there. Should have had it a little bit slower, but not too much to look at, honestly. So unfortunately, he lost those 2 summons there along with their items. That does suck. More attack end in 1. This is on Ashdod here. So holding that fort down, not too bad. For more attack end in 1. Arcosafali attacked Satis in 1. I'm sure this was the break siege with everything. Yeah, this is the army that we saw last turn. Looks like a two raiding groups here taking this province. This is mercenaries taking Satis land and taking Satis land. Okay, so Ian has been doing a good job raiding and taking provinces from people. More than likely that's going to put him onto the higher side of provinces, and yes it is. He is on top of provinces here, holding the most currently. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Arcosafali and Machaka will not be too happy with that, but it is the way things go. There could be a chance of seeing Machaka and Arcosafali turning on in too because of this. Growing as large as he is, having controlling 3 caps. Other than the fact of Machaka holding these thrones, that might deter Satis, or that might deter Arcosafali from helping Machaka. So there is that. But yeah, this is a lot of land you're taking for not doing any fighting. So would not be a happy camper there. This raids back and forth here. Not too bad, but I mean, this is turning into, this is N's Dominion now, so the raiding is, you definitely don't want to raid this province. Well, I say raid, but when there's purgatory up, you might not want to raid as much, because it's, okay, you took the province, good, but you just lost 60 guys. I don't know how much you're necessarily making per turn, but just losing the commanders themselves are pretty valuable, because they are not as numerous as your chaff is. Because purgatory hurts. Purgatory hurts until you find a way to deal with it, either dispelling it or just dispelling it. Cast it yourself. Yeah, cast it yourself. Done that before. So either cast it or dispel it. Have somebody else do it. Have them put up a global. Maybe they'll fight it. Alright, guys, and that's, I'm not going to say too much more. I know this episode's already gone pretty long. That was turn 68. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.